The Department of Defense Computer Electronic Accommodations Program, also known as CAP. Support, Equip, Empower. Welcome to Part 7 of CAP's training about disability etiquette, individuals with non-obvious disabilities. Introduction. CAP provides assistive technology and accommodations to support federal employees with disabilities and wounded, ill, and injured service members throughout the federal government in accessing information and communication technology. In doing so, CAP empowers people by having a positive impact on work, rehabilitation, and customer experience. What is a non-obvious disability? People with invisible or non-obvious disabilities are individuals who have disabilities that are not immediately apparent. For example, individuals with non-obvious disabilities may have cognitive limitations, brain injuries, or mental health disorders, or they may have a disease or disorder such as Crohn's disease, lupus, or epilepsy. Individuals with non-obvious disabilities may also have hearing or vision limitations. While it may not always be obvious to others that an individual has a disability, non-obvious disabilities can limit an individual's daily activities. These limitations can range from mild to severe and vary from person to person. Those who are not familiar with non-obvious disabilities may not understand that a person has disability-related limitations, especially if they cannot visibly see the disability. This can cause an individual to conclude that a person should have the ability to complete certain tasks that may be difficult with their disability. Individuals with non-obvious disabilities, such as chronic pain or any form of sleep disorder, can be accused of exaggerating or imagining their disabilities. However, symptoms including extreme fatigue, dizziness, and pain can occur due to chronic illness, chronic pain, injury, birth disorders, and other conditions that are not always obvious to others. Facts about non-obvious disabilities. Nearly 1 in 2 people in the U.S. has some type of chronic medical condition, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Nonetheless, according to analysis by researchers at Cornell University's Employment and Disability Institute, between 2005 and 2010, the most commonly cited conditions in employment disability discrimination charges filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission were non-obvious disabilities. Helpful tips about individuals with non-obvious disabilities. Do not doubt an individual's illness is real just because you cannot see it. Some disabilities vary over time. Someone who needed a wheelchair yesterday might only need a cane today. This does not mean they are exaggerating their condition or getting better, just that they have good days and bad days, like everyone else. Confidentially discuss the best ways to communicate instructions and how and when they best complete job tasks. This may include written, verbal, or visual strategies, or a combination of several modes of communication and execution. This concept is simply good management and can be used with all employees or coworkers. Interacting with individuals with non-obvious disabilities. A good habit is to act kindly and considerately towards everyone. You cannot know someone's situation by just looking at them. If you are aware an employee or coworker has a non-obvious disability, don't avoid asking them to complete certain tasks because you worry they can't accomplish it. It may be a violation of disability laws to exclude a person because of a presumption about his or her limitations. Involve the individual with a disability in the decision. Be sure not to minimize their situation. Daily tasks that may be thought of as simple may be difficult or exhausting for an individual with a non-obvious disability. Tasks such as walking from the car to the building or even bending down to pick something up can be strenuous. Don't make assumptions. Be aware that even though an individual looks healthy, they may have a non-obvious disability. If you observe an individual exiting a vehicle in a parking space designated for individuals with disabilities, do not assume the individual is misusing the space because he or she does not look like they have a disability. In an effort to help those who deserve these parking spaces, you may actually be hurting someone who has a legal right and a legitimate need to park there. The general qualifications for accessible parking spaces include those using wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, canes, and assistive dogs. They also include certain impaired functions of the heart or lungs, as well as conditions which are worsened by walking certain distances. Everyone with a disability is unique, with varying challenges, needs, abilities, and attributes. Their disability should not be used to describe them as weaker or lesser than anyone else. Providing access. If you work with or manage employees with disabilities, educate yourself about available assistive technologies that can help provide equal access. CAP provides assistive technology free of charge to employees at federal partnering agencies and to wounded, ill, and injured service members. To learn more, review CAP's online training providing reasonable accommodation solutions at www.cap.mil/news events/training.aspx. Thank you for taking CAP's training on non-obvious disabilities. Please visit www.cap.mil for additional information.